My wife had done some research and she had seen some reviews, I guess, and and then she read about Dr. A and found out, I guess, how long he's in practice. And she goes, "We're going here, and you need to make an appointment here." And I called, and then things got jumbled up, and I wasn't gonna make it. Angel Girl over here called and was on the phone, and my wife walked in. She goes, "Who was that?" And I go, "It was uh, Delgado Dental, and they're just checking on me, make sure everything's okay because of the cancellation." She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," because this is right when she got diagnosed. Literally, that was a life-changing moment because I actually made the commitment in my own heart that I was going to go ahead and do this because somebody needs to be there to take care of Liz. I owe that lady a lot. I saw this big window and I saw people walking around. And as I got closer, I could start to see the people. And I didn't see anybody like cowering back and they're nervous at all. And me being a person with extreme high anxiety, I kind of just let my shoulders drop there. And I felt like I didn't have to be on guard. And then I opened the door, come in, and staff's all lined up on the front counter. And I got two or three girls simultaneously saying hello. We'll be right with you. And everybody back there was happy, smiling, and very courteous. And I had to have all my teeth removed because of years and years of neglect and years of literal fear of even thinking about the dentist. Here, that kind of went away. It just I don't know. I was greeted by the staff, the way I was greeted by the staff, and the way they handled everything. What really impressed me was for the initial exam, they didn't have a dental assistant or a student come. Dr. A came and he talked to me, and um, that's the first time that I've ever had a dentist come talk to me without a mask on or drill in hand or both. He 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 literally represented himself as a human being to another human being. And I believe he was like the first person that really looked at my mouth without going, oh, I had that experience a couple times. And it was, that's not, it's not a good feeling. It makes you feel like you're a pile of disgust to everybody else. That's why I just became fearful of dentists. It was just very luminous as I was younger, and I just couldn't come anymore. But being here, even walking past people that are getting treatments done, nobody was squirming, nobody was like sweating or anything. It just felt so comfortable. And I was like, oh, this has got to be the place. It has to be. And so he did the exam, and then he he asked me, "What do you think?" And you guys even let my wife stay right next to me that first one. And that was a huge key. And she goes, "Well, what do you think?" And then she goes, "Do you want to eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, bro, I want to eat." I couldn't chew because of the pain. I couldn't think about. I couldn't bite a uh, corn on the cob or anything. Yesterday, after I got my sutures out, I went home, made chimichangas, and I fried them right there. And I didn't even think about it. I just picked one up and I bit straight through it. And I just looked. I go, "Oh!" And my son looked at me. He goes, "You just bit through something." And I was like, "I know." Happy to say I woke up this morning, fried myself some rice, eggs, and some spam, and I chowed. All I ever saw in the mirror was my broken and teeth that were missing. And I never smiled, and I looked way beyond my age, you know, because my teeth weren't there and malnutrition. And then I didn't even think about the infection that's going on inside. Why else would I have pain? So I had the conscious sedation done because I know that my anxiety and everything. As soon as I saw that needle, I would freak. I absolutely love the fact that you guys are the first ones that I actually found that would do the conscious sedation and to allow me to have a procedure done. And I don't care how much it costs. Just if you guys do it, I'll pay for it. I'll figure out a way. It's that important to me. But it just over the past 6 years, I lost more teeth, motorcycle wreck, then started losing teeth, and just it got to the point where I couldn't brush my teeth. Every tooth that I had left in my jaw was either a half a tooth, a fourth of a tooth, or something that fell out. And so I don't think there was anything. Matter of fact, I know there was nothing of a whole tooth in my mouth. It it will play havoc on you. I the day after I had the procedure and had all my teeth removed and got these temporary dentures to go home with, so I would have a smile right away. I couldn't quite understand that, but then as soon as they told me to bite down on the dentures, I did, and I was still under sedation. I fell asleep thinking I got teeth. They woke me back up saying, "Hey, you got to bite down, so otherwise they'll never fit." And at that point, I realized that these were going to act like the Band-Aid inside my mouth, and I'd never heard of that before. It worked. The very next morning, I woke up without pain. I mean, all these teeth got taken out of my mouth, but I had no pain. None. I didn't take any pain meds. I didn't do any of that. All I did was wash my dentures and brush them and rinse my mouth out, the aftercare. And then I put them back in, and I looked in the mirror and I smiled, and I didn't recognize who I was. I turned around and my wife's standing there smiling at me. I can't remember the last time I took a picture that had teeth. It definitely lifted me up so much, If you don't think that a smile or your own smile gives you confidence, you're so wrong. We got to a point where I was just, for the last 4 months, I've been doing just protein shakes, different brands, different cut flavors, and different kinds. And I've tried just about everything there is, and I just could not go without teeth anymore. It feels better. I can, like I said, I woke up with no pain. 3 days later, I realized how much clearer I was actually seeing things. My prescription glasses don't work anymore. And I gotta go back and get a new pair. I have a fake cornea, and I can see clear through it now without the glasses, and it's amazing, And that's just from taking out the infection. And I can't say more, It's not only life changing, it's life saving. It also will save, because that kind of infection actually causes dementia. Did you know that? And I didn't know that. Also, I noticed that I'm not so tense in work, because I don't have that pain, which has relieved a lot of pressure on my neck surgery since I had the C5 palsy. But this is the most open my hand's been in a year. And it's because the pain relief. Now the nerves back here are able to do what they got to do without everything else getting in the way from here. I can't stress to anybody enough that if you have a doubt and you think you can't afford it, come in, because they'll work miracles for you, because they definitely did for me. I can't thank everybody here enough. I can't thank you all for being here.